And we're back for 2025, back on the regular schedule. This is the Spitball Media Podcast where we spin out the top entertainment stories of the week. First edition 2025. My name is John Draper. Shah, happy first show of the new year. Oh my God, a milestone, really.
Thank you, sir. Our schedules are so fucked up that I forgot it was Thursday.
Shah forgot we still had the podcast.
I totally forgot.
You thought we stopped in 2024. We had to drag him off a cable guy, kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
Do you still have it on in the background? I'm trying to see what's
Yeah, maybe I should turn it off in case. Is there like copyright fucking? You think
you can't really see it. It looks like an Ozzy Osbourne video to me. I can't tell
whatever.
What
I'll just leave it on.
So Shah's holding it down in the great state of Pennsylvania, and of course the king of the Midwest. He's the unofficial mayor of Ohio, Sandusky's own. That's just because it's fun to say. Bishop Brian.
Brought to you by the fine folks at Callahan Auto. Yeah, actually not too far from Sandusky, about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I always do a dad joke about it, and it's retarded when we roll through on the way to Cedar Point. But anyway, no, I'm doing great. Cold as shit. Finally getting my roof and shit fixed.
Rough.
I don't usually come out of my face, and I was still pretty professional, but I had to take care of business the other day, and I'm glad I did. So
you had to knock a motherfucker out
verbally, just kind of let someone know that I wasn't gonna punk out. So
okay. Well, I'm glad you didn't get locked up. You don't want to be doing time in the old Sandusky Hootscow there. But yeah, we are back. If you're joining us for the first time, we spit out top entertainment stories each and every week here. We watch movie trailers. We have a roundtable discussion about movies we've seen, movies we're excited about, things happening in entertainment. But we also have a Patreon. And if you go to patreon.com/spitballmedia, for just $5 a month, shot, still the most affordable thing you could do in the country at this point is get well over about 1,100 hours of exclusive content for your audible pleasure.
Hands down, the most affordable thing you can buy in 2025. And honestly, I'm willing to bet $5 on it. You know,
you got 5 on it?
Yeah, I got 5 on it.
You got 5 on it?
You got to wait though. I lost my wallet in New Year, so I'm still waiting for my cards to be replaced.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Yeah, I did a whole Patreon show on my fuckery at New Year's, man.
It just dropped.
Yeah, I tripped balls, bro.
Well, I thought that's why you missed tonight. I thought you were still recovering.
Dude, I'm serious. I recovered for like 7 days. Like I couldn't function.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
I couldn't function.
B-Show Brian, it is the most affordable premium program package in the business.
It is $5, the whole back catalog, going back to the Break the Apocalypse days, which I don't know, with all the crazy shit going on right now, you might feel nostalgic for, if I can spit that out.
I feel warm and fuzzy.
I feel like a stroke victim. Jesus, what the hell am I doing? But no, $5 a month. Go check it out. Great crew, great people. Q&A shows, bonus shows every month. In fact, we got Don Stoney's bonus show coming up pretty soon. So
in the next week or so. Yeah, and of course, Shah, you could also give it as a gift. You know, Valentine's Day is coming up next month. What could be a better gift to a loved one than an affordable premium program package?
Yeah, I highly recommend you giving our Patreon to your woman. You know, I would love to see that.
Or man, or whatever. You know,
it's mostly dudes in here that I think are straight.
It's a lot of dudes. It's a lot of dudes.
Could you imagine a lot of assholes?
But hey, man, you know, if you're gay, maybe give it to your boyfriend. If you're, you know, maybe.
My wife's big birthday's coming up. Maybe I should just give her a Patreon membership. That'd be kind of fun.
You should get down on one knee, open up the box, and it's got like a little coupon in it.
Dude, wouldn't that be amazing? So like my wife
just got to log in on a fucking note on a paper.
She's turning 50, and I could just write a thing where it says instead of 5 and then O and then add a O and put a little dot there, and be like, it's a coupon for a 1 month of the Patreon. You know, that would be amazing. I can't imagine her not cheating on me after that. But please consider going over there. We got a great group of people. We got tons of exclusive content. The Q&A link is back. Shah just dropped a doozy that I haven't had a chance to listen to yet. I think he dropped it yesterday. And we're back to the regular schedule. Unfortunately, I'm a little under the weather recovering from the flu, so I will not be on the post today. But Bishop Brian, who's hanging out with the old Chatterooski in the new year? Looks like a lot of chat.
Yeah, we got some faces I haven't seen in a while, too, including Cleric of Chaos.
Oh, he's an old friend of the show, Cleric of Chaos.
Yeah. Rich Dow.
Hey now, 2025.
Don Stoney.
Oh, he's getting his own show next week. Unbelievable.
We got Fatty316. Happy birthday from the
Happy
Bayou
birthday.
Geeks.
Happy birthday to him.
And check out his Saturday show for his birthday at 7 p.m.
Yeah, I might be jumping in there if I'm alive.
We got Robbie Richmond. Hey, what's up, Robbie? Good morning.
Old friend of mine, Robbie Richmond, right there.
We've got Joe Punches.
The legendary Joe Punches.
We got our buddy Terrell.
Terrell, good friend of mine right there.
Marquise hanging out.
Marquise is chilling with us tonight.
John JLD 999.
He's a fine, outstanding young man, that John JLD.
And I think that's it so far, unless
I see
missed someone up
Kevco.
top.
Kevco's joined us in
Oh,
there.
Kevco. See, I'm scrolling upward. I missed Kevco.
Yeah, we got a lot of people. Jesus Christ. Well, thank you guys for chilling with us in the first show of the new year. We're happy to be back. We have a lot to get to, but really the biggest story in the entertainment industry and the country, it would just be insulting to our friends in LA, some who are in our Patreon, have supported this show since its inception. The hills of Los Angeles are burning. And yes, that is a Bad Religion song, but it's actually happening. Los Angeles has been on fire, a massive destruction, just unprecedented loss there of homes and businesses and valuables and irreplaceable things. Not to mention the massive homeless population that they already had, and the animals, whether they're domesticated or otherwise. I mean, Shah, this is just. I mean, I saw some footage and I thought it was Mordor from Lord of the Rings. I'd never seen anything like this in my life.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't even put it in words, man. It's heartbreaking. I mean, the footage that I saw was just, you can't even believe this is real life. Like, I can't even imagine. So if you know anybody in LA, if you're from LA, man, my thoughts are with you, prayers. I know none of that means anything, but I can't even imagine, man. Because I know people in LA that had to evacuate. Like, my job is based out of LA, so it's like,
oh my God, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah,
holy shit.
I'm obviously I'm remote, but the company is based out of LA.
Oh God,
it's devastating though, man. I mean, just thinking about, at least for the most part, people got to evacuate. All the wild animals, like the wildlife, all the businesses. I mean, I don't know if you saw. It looks fucking apocalyptic. Like, it looks like a fucking one of these apocalyptic movies, the Italian ones. Yeah,
only
I
it's
can't
real.
Even believe it.
And of course, B-Show, there's just so much loss. I think somebody just dropped, they think for the Palisades alone, Cleric is saying it might be $52 billion.
Jesus Christ.
And it's not, it's constantly growing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. LA's never going to be the same again for a long time though, man. I mean, this is like, this is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and it's a shame, man. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of wildlife out there. People, jobs. This place is a fucking mess. It might as well be the end of the world for them right now. At least temporarily.
It is the apocalypse for sure for them. And one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, which they have not really discussed because it really is inconsequential compared to the human suffering here. But last I checked, 80% of our entertainment industry is funneled out of Los Angeles. Almost every television show, late night show, the porn industry. I'm not trying to be a dick here. All the major news networks, Shah, like this is LA is a big part of what we consume in entertainment media.
Gigantic. I mean, I don't know if you saw the pictures of the sunrise in LA, but it literally looked like the gates of hell. Like, it looked like the gates of hell. Everything is. I can't even put it in words, man. I'm literally speechless because I saw a bunch of clips and I was just like, fuck, I can't even look at this.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, man. I mean, this is probably one of the worst disasters that we've had in a long time.
This is
definitely since Katrina, at least. Like, this is. This is crazy.
Unprecedented. And B-Show, one thing that you and I have more of a financial acumen here in our real life. This will have an impact on the entire country.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you don't have that kind of economic impact, or you don't have that sort of economic financial loss without it impacting everything else. Not just withstanding, losing Hollywood and stuff like that. It's like I don't know what to say. It's just, I just hope everyone's all right. Like, I did, just to lighten it up a little bit, I saw a clip today where some guy was getting interviewed and was talking about how they evacuated, but his friends are still this way. They have to get him out. And the guy says, "What's your name, sir?" And he says, "Steve Gutenberg."
Yeah, they didn't know it was the Steve Gutenberg.
And the guy just turns around and goes, "All right, back to you, Scott." And I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Come on.
Steve Gutenberg was like begging people to leave their keys in their cars so he could move them. So the bulldozers and the fire trucks. This is like, I mean, it's just like, what? It's just not even like real life. You know what I mean?
It's a good man. Yeah,
he's a good dude.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
Not to
It's
sound ignorant, it's one of those things where I purposely try to avoid the footage because I just don't want to see it. You know, 'cause I just
bad. Yeah.
ever since we did those shows, man, I feel like it gives me like PTSD. Like I get anxiety watching stuff like that.
Well, listen, I had a thought. I did not speak to either one of you about this yet. I was going to reach out to some of our other podcast pals and seeing if maybe we could like do one of those marathon podcast things where we all just kind of talk and like try to raise a little money or something. I think that would be a fun idea. Now
Oh wow, yeah.
we're the lowest ones on the totem pole. So, for us to do it would be very small, but for some of our pals, so with everything going on right now, it was on my list to reach out to some of the names, and I think you all know the people I'm talking about without having to say, but I'm not going to blow them up without talking to them first. That's really inappropriate. But I thought it might be a fun idea to figure out a way that we could maybe try to come together, do a little podcast marathon, very lighthearted, completely
dude.
lighthearted. I know you guys would 100% want to do that. So
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put the call out. But please don't reach out to anybody. I'm talking about the audience here because I have not spoken to anyone about this. Like I haven't talked to my brother. I haven't talked to the Soup Boys. I haven't talked to nobody. But I think for the love that we have gotten from a lot of people in LA and the people we care about, who have been pretty good to a lot of us, I think that'd be a lot of fun. So if we can make something like that happen, we will be a part of it for sure. But it's going to take some of the big swinging dicks in our world to shake that tree. So let's let the dust settle a little bit. There's still fires raging right now, and it's not the time today. But I am going to put the flag up and see, but people might have their own things they're working on, I'm sure. But we will not forget any of the people in LA in that regard. We will do what we can to raise awareness. If there's other people we know doing the charity, we will promote it emphatically all the time. But I think it might be one of those weekend marathon deals where we all kind of jump in and as lighthearted as possible to see if we can raise some money. There's just so much need right now. Honestly, there's just so much need right
Do it
now.
in shifts,
Do it in shifts, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. To raise money, but we would 100% be a part of that in any small way. You give us the graveyard shift, we'll have the time of our lives. We would have the time
Get
of
us
our
fucked
lives.
up at 3 a.m, 3 to 4.
Oh my God, I
don't want to volunteer us for that, but
no. But if it has to be,
Yeah.
if it's the pecking order, we know we're gonna get the shitty squat, but that's cool. You're not gonna want to miss it. We will make it, and it will be as lighthearted as possible. No doom and gloom, jokes. You want me to do? I'll do whatever anybody asks me to do. I'll do any. I pledge now to do any wrestling impression, anything. I will do anything you ask me to do. And we're gonna let's put the flag out there. This could be a really big thing. And by the way, people might already be doing this. I don't want to certainly speak for other people, and I know our audience would be there, no doubt. But big story this week. It kind of was the only thing that wasn't terrible in LA. A couple of things, but one of them was the Golden Globes on Sunday, prior to all of this disaster, which seems incredible to think about now. A lot of stories coming out of the Golden Globes, but the big one for us, with all the hype, the hoopla, the would it happen, wouldn't it happen? Demi Moore, at 62 years old, the only time she's ever been nominated for anything in her illustrious 45-year career. She started as a teenager, wins the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a comedy or musical for The Substance. Now, right off the bat, before I get to Shah and B Show, I want to say I marked out like a motherfucker for this. I was over the moon. You would have thought this was my friend. And I loved her speech. She looked beautiful. She acted with such humility. But I was a little surprised. Shah, your take on this? I mean, were you surprised when you heard, or was this something that you just feel like was earned and needed to happen?
I'm a little surprised. I didn't think she was gonna win. I think I verbalized that a couple shows ago, but I mean, I'm happy for it, dude. I mean, I think this movie has a lot more hype than I gave it credit for. Apparently, like I didn't think it was that as big of a deal as it is, but it's taken over, man, and I'm happy about it. And I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but the director said there's definitely not going to be a sequel to the
Thank God,
because a lot of people.
Thank you. Oh, she's the best.
Yeah, so she said absolutely no sequel to the Substance.
Oh, I did not know that, and Shah, that you just made me very happy. B Show, surprised or deserved?
Deserved. I was cautiously optimistic. I didn't think it would happen because it's a horror movie and it was really weird. So I wasn't convinced there. But I loved hearing her talk, and it was so emotional in a way where she said she was done. She was down and out.
Yeah.
After not getting any roles, she figured this was it. She took a chance. And then this has given her like this her first major award like this, Golden Globe.
She's never won anything, Bisha. She's never. I don't think she was ever nominated for any performance award.
Which I was thinking back on that today. I'm trying to think of other major stuff she was in. She was in A Few Good Men, but as a supporting role.
She
So
was
there wasn't-
brilliant in that, though.
She was
fucking
good,
phenomenal.
but surrounded by Jack Nicholson and Tom
Yeah.
Cruise and
Yeah, Jack Nicholson just kind of walked over everybody in that movie. but
And then
it's
she was in G.I. Jane, and I don't like think about how far society has come since then. I
fine.
don't
Yeah,
know
that
if
was
you
a
guys
big deal
remember
at the
this.
time. Yeah.
G.I. Jane got absolutely like shit on by
Yeah.
everybody because it's a woman Marine. Oh, G.I. Jane, she's gonna shave her head. And like if that movie was made today, she probably would win an Academy Award.
Yeah, she might have been nominated before. I'm sorry, but she certainly never won anything. She's never won any.
But that's
performance.
still crazy to think about. All those movies.
Or even
that she was in.
Striptease was controversial, and it's like now you got like her at 62 doing full bush in like a horror movie where she got paid scale.
Yeah. Ghost. Oh, Joe Punches is right. She was awesome in Ghost.
Yeah, that was like light, but that's kind of like a fluffy, even for the time. It's fluff. I mean,
It
it's
was,
not-
but her
it's
performance
fluff.
as the grieving, girlfriend who just lost.
She was
her
an A-list. Yeah,
boyfriend.
she was. I mean, Shah, she was an A-list actress of her time in the 80s into the 90s. She was like a high performer. She was married to Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
She's, she opened movies.
No, absolutely. I'm more familiar with her from Striptease, to be honest with you. That's what I know her from.
Burt Reynolds was great in Striptease, by the way. Burt Reynolds.
She was in something else too. She was in an early 80s horror movie as well. I'm forgetting which one it was.
She
It wasn't The
was.
Prophecy, was it?
Maybe. She's been around a long time. She started acting about 15, 16.
I think it might have been The Prophecy.
Really?
I think
trying to
so.
verify
I'm
that.
pretty sure she's on the cover.
Demi Moore?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But she's definitely in.
I mean, she was in a lot of fluff, like About Last Night, which is actually kind of a cool movie. It's pretty hard art, and St. Elmo's, and she was
Yeah.
a part of that. Indecent Proposal, that was a big one for her. She was a big movie.
Parasite, Shah.
Parasite,
That's
I
what
like
I'm thinking.
Parasite.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I mean, The Seventh Sign, that was a big deal. That was a cool ending. That was
I
a
remember
horror
that one.
movie she was in. But Shah, I mean, listen, I think she's got to get nominated for the Academy Award now, don't you? I mean, she has to.
I mean, I'll damn near shit my pants if that happens.
But
I'll
even the
believe it when I see
nomination,
it.
even the nomination,
I'll
would
believe
be
it when I see it, man.
huge.
I'll believe it when I
Huge.
see it.
I don't know, dude.
John, wasn't she in Nothing But Trouble also? The Dan
Yes,
Aykroyd
yeah,
movie?
she's the female lead in
Yeah.
all of these movies.
Yeah, she's been around, man. Yeah.
She was box office. She
Yeah.
was like a 3 picture a year person. B-Show, is she going to get nominated for an Academy Award?
So correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't follow the awards as closely as you might. What's the difference between? I know the Academy is like the Academy of Actors and shit. What's the difference
Right.
between that and the Golden Globes that we
The
just
Golden
saw?
Globes is voted exclusively from the Hollywood Foreign Press.
Okay.
So,
So one is like the press, one is like the industry. I could see.
yeah,
I could
whereas
see
her
the industry
peers,
giving it to her.
peers would vote for her for the Academy, which, by the way, her peers seemed over the moon, wanting her, looking that good, being a woman in her 60s, unafraid, low budget. I mean, I don't know, man. I just think the stage is set for her to fucking have her name called next month.
Yeah, especially like you said, if it's her peers, if it's. Yeah, I could see that, and it's a perfect story too. She's 62 years old, like I said, down and out, almost out of the game. Chooses this weird story, and then gets all this acclaim and makes all these bold choices, and it fucking paid off, man. Good for her.
Yeah, totally paid off. And she beat big people. She beat the girls from Wicked. She beat Amy Adams. She beat motherfuckers up. You know what I mean? Yeah, Don Stoney's talking about her in Landman. Her role in that, Don Stoney, I love Landman. It's probably my favorite show currently. But it's her role is very diminished. Even in the female roles, she's a very minor character. Whereas she's a big name, but she's a minor character. I have a feeling she's going to be elevated in the upcoming second season. Hopefully, that Taylor Sheridan can do no wrong. I watch everything Taylor Sheridan writes. Everything. Like I have Paramount Plus just for Taylor Sheridan. Like I will pay that money. But and of course, a lot of people were very excited that for the Penguin that Colin Farrell won, which he absolutely deserved. Unfortunately, Kristen Milotti did not win for her role in the Penguin. A lot of people were very upset about that. But Colin Farrell, I mean, Shah, I've been telling you about that show. It's just such a banger. It's so brutal, and it's like a crime, hard R, dark, terribly upsetting television. Like, it's such a bummer show. I think you would really, really like it because I thought you liked that Batman, the new Batman universe they're painting there.
I love how you're like, it's a bummer show. I think you'll love it.
No, it's when I say it's there's no comic book joy in this.
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
gritty. It's gritty. I guess.
It is a bummer. Ask people in the chat. It's like a bummer show. Like, there's no love in that show.
I was surprised. I saw it got announced for 4K, so they're putting it out on physical, which is kind of
Really?
surprised. They don't really put like TV shows on physical anymore.
Yeah,
it's getting a release. So
yeah, I think you should check it out. Bisho, have you checked it out yet?
I have not. However, I read something the other day that one of the rumors for the upcoming Batman movie is that Mr. Freeze may be the villain.
Yeah, Shot. They said that they hinted that in the Pattinson world, Freeze would be the.
That's what I wanted a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about it. That's the one that I maybe it was a Patreon show, maybe it was a Q&A.
Yeah,
dude, we talked about Clayface that episode. Yeah,
Clayface is getting his own movie, so that's kind of big. Shah, who do you think, if you had to dreamcast somebody right now as Mr. Freeze in that dark Matt Reeves, Pattinson, Batman, where everybody's just getting the shit kicked out of them? I mean, it's got to be somebody on their game, you know.
Shit, man, you can't just throw that to me. And
you know who I have in mind that you guys are probably gonna laugh, but I just think because I haven't seen him in a while and I want to see him do something. Christoph Waltz. Can you imagine if they got Christoph Waltz to do fucking Mr. Freeze?
I mean, I was Drew Yari saying Willem Dafoe. I was gonna say that, but I just think he's a little too old for that role.
Yeah, Christoph Waltz might be a little too old for that role too. But I think the older scientist, fucked in the head, guy, it's got to be. I think they're gonna go an old guy.
I'd say Willem Dafoe if you're approaching it from that stance. I'm just going off of the comic book version and Arnold being,
Yeah. Yeah. I think they said Giancarlo Esposito. That would be kind of fucking amazing. Bisho, who do you think? I think it has to be an older guy, like an old scientist guy who's been a scientist for 40 years, kind of unassuming, and then snaps.
This one might be a little bit too assuming, but I looked up at a list of character actors. What about Keith David?
Ooh, he's not box office-y. They need a name. They want a name or a character actor, I wouldn't hate what's his face, Domingo Coleman, who's doing a lot of stuff now. He's kind of crossed in. He's going to be the voice of he's going to be the MC in the Running Man movie that they're shooting now. Coleman Domingo. He plays the Richard Dawson character in they announced it today.
Okay. How about Clancy Brown?
He might be a little too old. I don't know if a little too old for it. But he was just in the Penguin movie as a mob boss. Like
was he? Okay.
TV show. Yeah. By the way, we got
Russell Crowe.
I wouldn't hate Russell Crowe. He can act his ass off, and he would bring a lot of
shave his face.
Like an old bitter Russell Crowe with the power to freeze people. By the way, we got Jimmy Pennycook and Drew Yari, and I think we missed somebody else in there too. I just want
Slave Cheeks jumped in.
Oh, Slave Cheeks! Oh, all my pals are in here. J.K. Simmons, that would be pretty cool. I wouldn't hate that. Yeah, like we'll see.
He'd actually be a really good choice because he's still like physically fit enough to look the part, but good enough presentation and delivery.
Watch, it'll be The Rock, and then we'll all be. It's not going to be The Rock. It's not going to.
What about Kurt Russell? He's old.
Oof, like old Kurt Russell. Like,
oh man.
Oh, that'd be insane.
Probably got a fucking deep ass crazy voice now,
Yeah, it's probably going to be some 30-year-old character actor who we never heard of, but who's really good.
Yeah, Cleric of Chaos wants Clancy Brown, the Mr. Krabs voice.
Mr. Krabs, Clancy Brown. He was just in the Penguin as a mob boss. It's not going to happen.
Hey, SpongeBob.
Hey, a couple of other things.
We
have some great trailers to get to, but I wanted to bring this up on the show for everyone to take a guess. So I'm a Regal cinema card holder, so I can go to the Regal as much as I want. And I just got my status thing from them today, and they said I passed a milestone of going to the movies. Now, I want you both to take a realistic guess of how many movies you think I went to the theater to see in 2024. Bisho, I'm going to start with you. A realistic guess. How many movies did I see in a theater?
35.
Okay. He says 35. Shah, how many movies did I see in the movie theater, according to Regal, in 2024?
I was going to say 31.
Okay. Now, there's Jamie Pennycook is on the 35. Punches is on the 28. Okay. Now, I'll give it a minute here because there's probably some other people trying to type in. I know we're on a little bit of a delay. Slave Cheek says 69 for sexy reasons. But Slave Cheeks actually says 22. Okay.
Clark
Now,
says 44.
44, well, that's a high number.
Yeah, that's almost every weekend.
Yeah, that's a little improbable there. I'll give it another minute. So this was the most I've ever seen. I've had it for about 4 years. So they said I passed a milestone. And 45 for Drew Yari. Okay. 47, Penny Cook. The number, according to the Regal app, is 26. 26 movies, and I saved $334 by having this pass going to the movies. Now, technically, I saw 27 movies in theaters because I saw a movie away from the Regal in Brooklyn at a independent at a Nighthawk there in Park Slope. I saw the Bike Riders. So I saw 27 movies in movie theaters this year. In what, a 52-week period? So that B show, that is on average every other week.
Not bad. I expected more for some reason. When you said you saved $300, I figured it was a little bit more.
I said 334. Yeah.
It's still a lot though. See, like I had to cancel my Moviepass because I saw like the exact same amount of credits I got was the exact amount of movies I watched in theaters. So it's like, other than concessions, I'm not really saving money here.
Yeah, I save a little money on the concessions. But Shah, that's still, I mean, that's a movie every other week.
Yeah, I'm guessing the milestone is probably 25, right?
Yeah, the milestone was 25. Yeah, so anything above 25 they consider. I've never gone above. I was at 22, I think previously, but and a couple. Drew Ari says he saw 35 to 37. Wow, and of course that's not counting watching on cable and streaming and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean it's a movie every other week as far as that goes. So I thought that was just an interesting thing to bring up. Now, one thing before we get to some trailers. The Wolfman movie's opening pretty soon. I am going to go see it because I love the Wolfman, and I liked what Len Wynell, whatever the guy who did the original, saw there. I like what he did with that Invisible Man movie. That was fucking great. I think that's a very understated movie. A lot of people really like that movie a lot, The Invisible Man. So this is sort of in this new Universal world, modern world there. They did a reveal for the Wolfman. Now, I have to say, I'm just going to be honest here. I don't know if it's just because I'm 107 years old. I can't get a really good look at the Wolfman. A lot of people were upset that they did this because they felt like this kind of gave too much away, especially after Nosferatu did. They kind of did a different thing with Nosferatu. But Bisho, can we possibly drop that in the chat? I think it's a little dark.
In the chat?
The picture of the Wolfman.
Here we go. Oh, I got the video right here.
Oh, we have the transformation. Okay. We don't need the audio, but I just kind of want to talk over it. So one thing, Shah, I want to bring up. The director said he wanted to go as practical as possible as far as this type of stuff goes. And I have to say, I like the it's very dark, but I like that you could tell that this is practical, Shah.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I'm digging it so far. Looks good to me.
Holy shit, guys.
I don't mind the darkness, though, to be honest with you.
Well, that kind of sells it a little bit more. Bisho, are you seeing the practical side of this?
Yeah, like the fingernails falling off, the way he like adjusted his jaw when his jaw started growing out.
Yeah.
The thing I like about the werewolf transformations that are good, like obviously an American Werewolf in London, looks like this one, is when it looks. The howling. The howling's all right. When it looks painful. The howling, the dude's just standing there and the transformation's cool looking, but like when David Naughton's like writhing around on the ground.
Oh, yeah, it's so painful. It's so painful.
And this dude's like breaking his jaw because it's distended. Like, I'm into that sort of shit.
Yeah, I mean, we don't. You don't see too much of them, but the transformation, I think, guys, I like the practicality of it. Like I like that. Like the fingernail thing is great. The jaw thing is a nice touch, Shah. You know what I mean? Like he looks like he doesn't look hairy. He looks deformed, like a deformed man.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. Do we ever get like a hairy version of the Wolfman, or does he look like this?
I don't know. This is I think this is him, guys. I mean,
I saw a clip later where he was running through the woods where he was a little hairier and doing this sort of thing.
He looks more like Italian than in these clips.
Yeah, he was wearing a gold, like a lion medallion.
Italian Wolfman, we should call the Italian or Wolfman ?
Oh Jesus. Yeah, so
That's how we gotta
there
call the
might be one
episode.
that's farther along, but I haven't
Yeah, well,
seen
let's.
any
I
in
mean,
full.
can we speed this up and see if there's one that's further? I mean, they
There
can't give
wasn't.
away the whole. There wasn't. Okay.
Oh wait, here we go.
I mean, let's see. Yeah, I think he's just a dude who's like deformed, and like he's got these features, right? And he could, do this shit, and he's fucking in pain. I mean, I don't know. This looks very dramatical to me, Shah. This doesn't look like very goofy to me. This looks like kind of fucked up because he's attacking his own family. I mean, he's trying to kill his wife and daughter.
Yeah, he looks bareback over there, Paul.
Yeah, he looks like he's got MJF back knee coming.
Yeah, he just looks like a Turkish guy to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the, we don't, I mean, who knows? I mean, it could
Does he
be
have
all
like the single
pubes.
Bluetooth in his ear, Shah? Is that what you're talking about?
If he has a bunch of chains on, then he could be a Turkish pimp.
A bunch of gold chains and glasses.
Dude, that would be insane if he was wearing a chain and he leaves it on after the transformation. Like, American women. Bisha, what are you thinking here? Because I know a lot of this is probably going to go over terrible. A lot of people, even in the chat, some people are like, he looks pretty terrible. Does this not look wolfy enough?
I don't think it does, but I mean, they got to try something different. There's been how many different attempts at this? The last one, they had what's his name?
Benicio.
Yeah, but the fuck, I always forget his name. The artist, the makeup artist. Shit. Anyway,
Stan Winston?
No. I'll think of it later, I'm sure. But like they had him on to do the practical, and it was mixed with CG, and people hated it, even though it looked like an actual wolf. So
yeah.
Maybe they're going for something a little bit more sickly.
Yeah, that's what, like it's a disease.
Out.
Like you're infected by something, and I like the practicality of that. I don't know. I'm gonna go see it. I'm definitely gonna go see it. It might be the first movie I see in the new year in theaters. With my Regal pass, it'll be my first one. But I'm curious about this movie. I like the Wolfman. I like the people in it. I like what the director did. Obviously, Lin Wynell, he's got a weird name. He was the director of the first Saw, and he did the Invisible. Shah, did you see The Invisible Man?
No, I don't think so. No.
All right, it's really good. It's fucking really good. Did you see it?
Yeah, I heard amazing things about it. I just never seen it.
I heard it's really good. I haven't seen it.
It's fucking really, dude. It's like rapey and weird. Like it's. I don't want to tell you too much.
Telling me on it, man.
But like he's
like
an abusive.
Stalkerish. Yeah.
He's an abusive man, and he's using the power to stalk his ex.
No, that's
like that's what that's the premise of the fucking movie. Yeah. And and he's like he was a spousal abuser, but he was a genius. And he accidentally did this to himself while working on this, and they try to make it as legitimate. Dude, he makes a woman stab herself in the throat to blame his fucking ex. I mean, it's so the restaurant scene, Joe punches. Guys, it is heavy. I mean, if you would have saw it when it came out, this would have made a list. It's one of those. Like, it's definitely no, he didn't do Underworld. That's not Lin Wynell. He's a Saw guy, Jamie. But speaking of trailers, we're going to get to a bunch of some pretty goddamn good trailers here, people. Now, this trailer is very divisive because there were people trying to get people to not talk about this trailer or air the trailer because it gives away what they believe is the plot points of the movie Companion. Now, Companion is from the people who made Barbarian, and it stars Jack Quaid and that very gorgeous young girl from
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets. She is just so goddamn pretty. She's in a bunch of. She was also in The Heretic. But there's a more fleshed out trailer. We had a teaser trailer where we really didn't know what was going on, but this is the official Companion trailer, and we're gonna play it for you right now.
There have been 2 moments in my life when I was happiest.
God damn.
The first was the day I met Josh.
I'm Josh.
I'm Iris. And the second, the day I killed him.
That's an interesting way to start.
Relax. Remember to smile and act happy. Do they know? Iris, wake up.
What are you doing? Shut her down already.
What is she talking about, Josh?
Oh my God, this is insane.
This was not part of the plan.
I didn't mean to.
Jesus Christ.
Jailbreak your sex bot?
Oh, that's Guillermo.
Wow, Josh. The days of you controlling me are over.
Are you breaking up with me?
It's not you. It's me.
Jesus Christ. I did not see that coming.
She's tied up inside, so she's not going anywhere.
That's Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows.
Eli, Iris. Shh, baby. You're on the phone.
Oh my, okay. I don't care. I want to know the plot because it's still bananas. Shah, I did not see that coming.
So she's like an AI girlfriend? Is that what it is?
I think she's an advanced sex robot that becomes sentient and starts killing people.
So like basically like Ex Machina, right?
Well, yeah, I think this, but I think he gets her to torment her. I don't think he gets her for sex. I think he gets her to supplement sort of trying to kill a young woman, and then she becomes conscious. I mean, look, we're gonna see it, obviously.
Yeah.
But Shah, this looks fucking bananas, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably going to be the first movie I check out 2025. To be honest with you, the Wolfman wasn't really. I'm not really too impressed with that. This looks good though. Like this looks kind of fucked up. I kind of want to see this. You know.
Yeah. And it's the Barbarian people B show. So as far as I'm concerned,
that sells me even more. The fact that they did it, I'm like, okay, they're gonna fuck this up in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. And by the way, I'm sure there's a lot more to this plot than what we're looking at. Clearly, we have no idea why that. Like, there's going to be something to this B show. I mean, it's just kind of, I don't know. I never see these bananas. It's got a lot of little weird elements in there.
Yeah, and you know what? It's weird because like I don't know if it's because we're starting to see a lot more technology movies. Like the Megan Fox movie just came out, and the other movie just came out, and then there's another Megan coming out. Like, I almost feel like it's getting to be passe at this point. So I was a little disappointed when I saw this, but the fact that he's getting like masochistic with it, and then she can control her intelligence and come back for revenge, like that's pretty cool. So I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if I'm expecting it to be one of my top ones for the year, but it's interesting. I'll go see it.
And look, when Barbarian came out, all three of us were like, Jesus fucking Christ. Shah, I'll say this too. I feel like it's got some interesting kind of color palette in this trailer. Like at the time, like, I don't know if is this the future? Is this now? Like the things are kind of very bright, you know?
Yeah, the trailer's kind of all over the place. It's almost like kind of reminds me of like Strange Darling, the way it's in chapters and out of place.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they jump from like the beginning to the end to the middle. Trailer's kind of all over the place. It looks good though. Like it looks like a good looking movie. It looks violent. Surprised it's a New Line Cinema movie. I didn't really expect that. But I'm excited, man. New Line, I think, has a Final Destination coming out this year too. So
that's right. I forgot about that. B-Show, did New Line do Barbarian?
I didn't think so.
No, Barbarian is Fox because it's under Disney.
That's right.
Okay.
What did you guys think about like the comedic comic relief kind of elements of it?
I think it has to be otherwise it would be a fucking masochistic mess, don't you think? I mean, it needs that.
It's almost like Revenge with androids.
Yeah. And by the way, is she an android? I mean, like
maybe she unplugged herself. So
yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's a cyborg of some type. Shot. Maybe she was a person and now she's got. Maybe it's the future and you can have robot parts. I don't fucking know, you know. But what is that girl's name? B show
Sophie Thatcher.
God damn, that is a gorgeous person. Holy shit.
Is that going to be your new favorite?
I don't know if she's as good an actress as some of my other favorites, to be honest with you. She was.
No, I meant like Sydney Sweeney. Replace her.
Well, no, Sydney Sweeney's good. She's got chops, but like, is she like in the Mia Goth category? I don't know. I don't know. But she's good in everything I see her in. This girl, I see she was in the punk rock movie about the Sex Pistols, and dude, they had her playing fucking what's her face from the Chrissy Hine from the Pretenders. I mean, you got to really suspend your disbelief even as a wrestling fan. She played a young Chrissy Hine in the Sex Pistols miniseries. And I was like, I love Chrissy Hine, much respect. but I look more like Chrissy Hynde than that girl looks like Chrissy Hynde from The Pretenders. Don't be talking about my girl Ricky Linkholm now. She's doing quite well. So yeah, listen, I'm gonna check it out for sure. I definitely want to check it out. I like Jack Quaid. He's from the TV show The Boys. He's having a hell of a career as a nepo baby. And Slave Cheeks is saying B Show she's an Ohio girl.
Who is? Sophie
Whatever.
Thatcher?
Sophie Thatcher, yeah. B Show's like, what?
Yeah,
She went to Sandusky High.
Let's see. I'll figure it out. I don't see it right now. She was in the Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that. No, she's
one
born
of
in Chicago.
Oh, she's from Chicago.
Chicago.
And Lucas Gage, yes, he was in Smile too. That's right. He had a pretty good part in there. He's also from The White Lotus season 1, if I'm not mistaken. And Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows, one of my favorite characters in modern TV history. But we got an interesting trailer that just hit Shudder as a movie. This is a horror wrestling movie, people. Believe it or not, starring Chris Jericho. Bisho, what do we know about this movie? Not much, right?
The only thing I know about it, as I pull it up and wait out the ads, is it was supposed to be.
Oh, I'm sorry, Slave Cheeks. I'm sorry, Bisho. Chrissy Hynde was born in Ohio. She is an Ohio.
Well, yeah. I mean, My City Was Gone is about Cleveland, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
But this movie is about someone goes to an independent wrestling show, and apparently it's either overrun or run by a Satan cult. That's all I've heard about it so far.
Oh, so it's about GCW. It's called GCW, Shah. Okay, this is called Dark Match. This is available right now on Shudder. We have to look and see if there's any other wrestlers in that, guys. Shah, does that bring back any memories of you of GCW?
Yeah, lots, dude. To be honest with you, I'm kind of totally into this, man.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it. I'm totally watching it this week. I'm not joking.
It actually reminds me of that show where we had that Airbnb that weekend for the collective. And there was a show, I think Blackcraft Wrestling.
Oh yeah.
They crucified somebody.
Jesus Christ.
And that felt like that kind of reminded me of this, because there was all this like Satan worship and shit going on in the fucking bill. I was like, what the fuck why am I here? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird that Jericho's the only wrestler in the movie. I don't know. Does anybody else find that strange in the chat?
I don't know about that. No, I have to be the only one in there. It's more effective, eh? Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Look, I'll check it out. It's a wrestling movie about Satanism and like snuff film death matches. It kind of gives me Rob Zombie's 31 vibes. Mixed with, like, The Running Man. I'll check it out, but I'm just so over Jericho at this point. I don't know.
Wow.
Don Stoney says this should be a Spitball watch along.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I'm with you. I mean, it looks like something I would watch. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it looks cool. It doesn't look too promising. It looks like one of those movies that's overall kind of shit, but it has cool parts. I think it's going to be tolerable, especially for somebody like me that was into like death matches. So I like those little nudges that they give to deathmatch wrestling. But yeah, this pretty much is like GCW.
Now, B-Show, do you think there's going to be lines like "that's not going to work for me, brother"? Like kayfabe lines and stuff like that? That would be kind of funny, right?
I'd like to see him trying to talk everyone into like, no, this would be so great. It'll be great for your career. Like, come over here and you make me look really good. It'll make you look good, you know? Yeah. That's kind of been his whole MO in AEW. So, I don't know, man. Look, I was a huge Jericho fan as a kid, and
me
like
too.
I said, I think some people just overstay their welcome.
Well, I'll say this. I think they should have called it Death Match instead of, but they probably couldn't, and that's why they called it Dark Match. And by the way, that male lead actor is one of the principals in Grand Theft Auto 5.
The guy from Walking Dead, Stephen Ogg or something like that?
Yeah, he's the voice of a very major character in Grand Theft Auto, and apparently he's very salty about it. From what I understand. So when I hear his voice, I hear him as the character in Grand Theft Auto. But yes, apparently he's quite salty about it from what he doesn't like he won't do it as a shtick. Like he's like, I want to do it. Yeah, I saw some clips on it. That guy seems like a bit of a dick. Like I could tell just from yeah. So, by the way, B-Show, is that available now? I know the commercial hit Shudder, but I think it might not be available to the end of the month. I don't want to miss it.
No, it's streamed now in the trailer.
Okay, I thought I saw January 31st, but I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna try to watch it this weekend. Shah, you gonna try to watch it this weekend?
Possibly. Yeah, I might watch it tomorrow.
Yeah. Shah, Don Stoney wants to know if you're a Nick Cage fan. I guess he's unaware of your personal relationship with Nick.
Yeah, I used to be actually fairly close to Gage. I mean, I don't want to get into the whole deal now, but yeah, I know Gage very, very well personally.
Yeah.
Known him for years and years.
Yeah, we've addressed this, I think, more on the Patreon than anything else. He had a personal relationship with the Nick Cage guy there. We got a couple more trailers. Bisha, what's queued up in the next one? I'm sorry, I'm not in the group there.
Oh, let me see.
January 31st. Okay, thanks, guys. Then it won't be this weekend, I guess.
The Fetus. This is the one with Lauren Lavera from the Terrifier franchise.
By the way, there was a Lauren Lavera picture, like a press thing that went around this week that I thought was fake, and she looked ridiculous. She's getting better looking by the day, that girl. But Lauren Lavera, known primarily really for Terrifier. She's the lead really in Terrifier. It's her. She's the fucking final girl. And is very, very well received. She does a great job. She's got a little bit of a dick personal social media presence there, but I'll let that slide because she's attractive. But she's got a new movie, I think, with Bill Moseley. Yeah, the legendary Bill Moseley. Speaking of Rob Zombie movies, Bill Moseley going all the way back to Chainsaw 2, but is mostly primarily known for the Devil's Reject films there. But this is called The Fetus. I wonder what this is about, guys. She's so cute, isn't she?
He always wears a condom.
Oh, shit.
Have you been lying to me?
Yeah, she's gorgeous,
wait a second.
Do you remember
so
when I
good
told you that my body doesn't work the same as everyone else's?
Oh, boy.
By the way, I should tell you a few things about my dad. He's a bit particular.
Oh, shit.
I was more of a cat person.
Is Bill Moseley her dad? Oh, this is great.
I don't think your dad and I see eye to eye.
He doesn't really like anyone.
Oh, hey! It's time.
What is she giving birth to?
Dad! No, not Dad!
What the hell?
If we don't feed it, it will start sucking on her blood to survive.
Vagina tentacles?
Of course not! I've been freaking out since this morning!
I really thought you would grow up normal. You ain't family! You are the turd in the way.
Looks a little cheap, but yeah.
Your mom really died giving birth to you?
Ooh. I was hoping we'd see a little more there.
Heyo.
Well, I mean, like as far as like the creature goes. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it. So I'm a little disappointed that Lauren Lavera couldn't parlay this into a more substantial career being in Terrifier movies. I mean, Shah, this seems like a movie like it's kind of like not even lateral. It seems like below Terrifier.
Yeah, I mean, unless the creature looks super cool, man, this is not really selling me on it. The trailer was very meh. And Bill Moseley, man, honestly, I'm not a gigantic fan, other than Devil's
Really?
Rejects.
You don't like Bill Moseley?
I mean, Devil's Rejects is cool. House of a Thousand. What else has he done?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2?
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's
Yeah,
Chop Top.
yeah,
He's a
yeah.
fucking iconic
Yeah,
car.
but I mean, that's about it though.
That is also the 90s.
I always forget
We're
that's
talking
him
about
in fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Oh, he's a huge part. I mean, he's kind of the first person you fucking see, like as far as the family goes there. He's fucking remember he's lighting the fucking what is it, B show? He lights the bent up hanger to peel parts of his scalp and eat it. Isn't that what he does, Chop Top? I'm pretty sure he takes a lighter, he has a bent wire hanger, and he gets it all hot, and then he sticks it near his plate, and then
I'm pretty sure that's what he does.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of fucking amazing. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. But B show, like, not for nothing. Like, I don't know. I expected her to kind of have a little more of a higher acumen in the Paris thing. I mean, this looks like anybody could have been in that movie.
No, absolutely. And you know what? That's the thing I was mentioning a couple weeks back when I was talking about Terrifier with, questioning the strategy. And I know I was wrong because I made a bajillion dollars and stuff. But are the people associated with those movies going to be able to get good roles, and now we're seeing this. So my answer may be no. So I don't know, man. Is it too much? It's, hey, the shock value movie, but are these people going to be taken seriously?
Yeah.
I
You
don't
know, you're hitting on a point here that I didn't even think about. But Shah, I mean, she was just in a movie that made $100 million off $2 million.
I mean, I'm guessing she didn't have any other offers because otherwise, why would you take this, right?
Could this be a case where maybe this is a couple of years old because she
Maybe.
looks a little young in the movie?
I
We'll
hope
see.
that's the case because
I'm just saying, like, and look, I'm not mean to look, her and Bill Moseley are fucking legendary people. I mean, they sign fucking 500 autographs every time they do an appearance, probably 1,000 autographs. So we're not. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Bisho, like this is not bigger than Terrifier at all. This will probably do nothing, and like,
No, but like think of adjusted for inflation. The original Halloween made $40 million, so adjust that, it's probably close to $80-90 million, right?
Terrifier 3, yeah.
And it took Jamie Lee Curtis like 3 or 4 other movies after that to even get cast in a big regular mainstream movie. Friday the 13th made like $20-30 million. Adrian
Jesus.
King never really did anything. What was I don't Sam interviewed her from, what's her name? Ginny from Friday the 13th too. That movie made $30 million. She was in like some Love Boat shows, some B movies.
Jesus.
Like horror launches some people like Johnny Depp, like Kevin Bacon, but not everybody. Even if it's really successful. And like I said, if Terrifier is that gory and that over the top and that crazy where it's like, oh God, this is the gross out movie. Like name someone from the Saw movies that got a launching pad.
That's a good point. Yeah. Well, other than what's his face, who they gave him a career, like that's all he's done really.
That's what I'm saying.
Tobin
Is like
Bell,
other than that, has
Yeah.
Tobin Bell starred in any other movies? No.
Yeah, no. Oh, by the way, Mr. Isaacs joined the chat here.
Oh, what's up,
Shout
man?
out to him. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I mean, like, look, I like her a lot, like as far as like what she does in the films. And Drew Yari, I just don't have time to talk on her social media. But when Terrifier 2 was blowing up, she was saying a lot of weird things on social media about like she was attacking fans a little bit and got mad that people thought she was 37. And I was like, she's just a little like, I don't know, she's just a little touchy on social media. But Donnie Wahlberg, I don't know about that, Don Stoney. What horror movie is Donnie Wahlberg in?
He was in the second Saw movie, but he was already a star at that point, man.
Oh, he was a star. Oh, well, he was also in the M. Night Shyamalan Ling Dong movie too.
He's fucking around, but
He's stoned, the Don Stoney.
oh, okay. It looks like we have a confirmation finally on Lauren Lavera's age. She was born in 1994. She's 30.
Oh, she's 30. Okay, so she's gonna be around for a bit. I just think it's not. I don't know. I was hoping to see her in bigger and better things.
Well,
and
she did that movie, The Well, which I don't think any of us saw.
None of us saw it. She's in that Italian movie, like that looks pretty good. That the horror movie, the Italian, I think, based horror movie. I think we saw that trailer.
I can't find it though.
Yeah, I can't find it. But
You know what
unless
this
that
movie
was The
reminds
Well.
me of? I don't know if John, you probably have seen this. Have you ever seen The Suckling?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen it.
It's about like a fetus that survives an abortion.
That's hot.
Is
That's
raised
hot.
in a dumpster and it turns into this creature. That's
Prom
kinda what
Night
it reminds me
Dumpster
of.
Baby. That would be a fucking great movie. The Suckling. Okay. Yeah, and Drew Yari saying she's in a movie with Demanji Hensu, whatever. He's not really that big of a star anymore. I mean, he's kind of was, he's not. He's like second fiddle in like a lot of like these like sci-fi kind of movies. Like he has like a Batista kind of career going on. But Lauren Lavera's 30, but she's also a stunt woman too. So I don't know.
Yeah. Drew, the movie you're talking about is The Monster from the creators of Saw. I don't know when that comes out. I don't see any news on it, but still, like, Terrifier made $100 million.
Yeah,
you would think she would be in something other than something that looks like it was shot on iMovie or cut on iMovie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and let's be honest, like Bill Moseley's not exactly lighting the world on fire either, as far as that goes. I mean, I got respect, but it's not exactly a box office guy.
Yeah, but he'll do any movie though. He'll literally do any movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I was gonna have him fill in for me tonight because I was sick and he was just a little busy. I had to give him some Heinekens and a pack of Marlboro Lights. But I mean, look, she's got a long way to go. I mean, she's going to be around for a long time. And she might parlay this. I think she could conceive of. She definitely has the looks to. You can't tell me she doesn't have the looks to parlay this into a major film career, dude. That's you can't tell me that.
That's why I was so surprised to see the quality of this trailer because it seems like a huge step down.
I'm gonna take a stab at this. I'm gonna say this movie was shot about 2 years ago, at the very least, because she looks younger in this movie than she does in the other movies. But I'm sure we'll find out about it as it comes out. Anyway, we got a trailer that I think we mentioned this movie. People were going a little crazy for this and sharing this the other day. I think it dropped on Tuesday. It's a horror movie. Oh, it's filmed in 2022. Look at that shit. What did I fucking say? Yeah, 2022. I knew it. I was like, there's no way she filmed this after Terrifier 3. She looks younger. By the way, she filmed this the same year they filmed fucking Terrifier 2. Okay, wow. So she probably filmed
so
the
there's still
yes, there's still time. There's still time. We don't. By the way, this movie probably only got greenlit, Shah, because of the success of Terrifier.
Oh,
like
sure.
They probably would have been in the toilet, which is where that fetus is going to end up. Prom night dumpster baby. We have a trailer for Heart Eyes. I saw a lot of people losing their shit over this. Very, very excited. I was not one of them, but let's see if you guys are. This is an upcoming. It's going to theaters, and it's a slasher, and it's called Heart Eyes. Is that Seattle there?
That's a kid from the Scream.
Terrible actor, that kid. Terrible.
So far off to a great start.
Who's the girl?
I kind of hate this already.
This looks very Blumhouse.
Is this Blumhouse?
I don't know.
What's happening?
For the
Tony.
past 2 years, a masked maniac known as the Hard Eyes Killer has stalked,
hunted,
And brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day.
With no motive yet uncovered.
Looks big budgeted. Looks like they spent some money on it.
This is more than just murder. He's like Cupid.
Oh, like a grain silo or something
kink.
outside.
we're being chased by a fucking serial killer.
I like the mask.
Hey, you good?
Yeah.
Oh, it comes out for Valentine's Day.
He's gonna keep killing people. We end it here.
Is this movie modern?
Yeah, it's modern. That was pretty good. Whoa, that was good.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day!
Get killed, all right. What was...
Why would he say that?
Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good.
But
I like that.
I thought that was cool. They took that from the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Yeah, for the reboot.
Yeah.
Bisho, can we pull this up? I just want to see what. Now, Shah, this is not Blumhouse. It looks a little Blumhousey, but has a little bit, I think, more edge than the Blumhouse kind of movies to it. I'm just curious who directed this and who the girl is.
I mean,
what do you think?
I'm kind of sold on it, to be honest with you.
People really like this trailer, guys. Like, people were like really, really excited about it.
But we also don't have too many, like Valentine, Halloween not Halloween, horror movies. We just got Thanksgiving. This looks like this is gonna have sequels, and this is gonna be a franchise, dude. I'm telling you, it's gonna be successful. It's gonna blow up. Watch, I'm telling you.
Okay, Bisho, did he direct Werewolves Within? That's a pretty good movie.
He did.
Okay, that's a good movie. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's pretty good.
No, this reminded me almost of what's that one we watched last year? Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's what Shah said.
Yeah, he did a Wounded Fawn.
You've been telling me about that for a long time.
I hated that movie, dude.
You told me about that though.
I expected so much, and it was dog shit. I hated it.
Yeah, you tell me about that.
Yeah, I gotta say, for some reason, I wasn't too. I mean, there's a couple things that look cool, like the mask when he's rubbing the mask, and just kind of creep factor. A couple of the kills were cool, and then that through the mouth shot was cool. But like we said, they lifted that from the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Yeah,
So,
but by the way, we say the new, but isn't that like 15
like 20 years
ago?
old.
Isn't that 20 years old, dude? I mean, that's a long time ago,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm like kind of like I'm indifferent. Like I could see myself going to see this for sure. But you know, I don't have Devin Sawa's in it too from Final Destinations there.
Dude, I'm telling you, this movie is going to be extremely successful.
I think I was just gonna say I have a prediction that this is gonna make a lot of money. Shah, you
Probably going to
definitely
be one of those like fucking $80 million movies. You know, it's going to make a shit ton of
franchise.
movies.
This could be a new franchise. You're thinking?
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely. That's what I was saying. Just like Thanksgiving, they're making another one for this year. This is going to have sequels. It's going to be a franchise.
Yeah, and B-Show, one of the things I kind of liked about it, like I like that, like call me crazy, but like when it doesn't look low budget, I kind of get a little bit more into it. You know what I'm saying? Like when it looks like they actually gave a shit about spending money and to film and like on location and people are actually acting in it, even though that kid's a terrible actor, but like the girl seems like she's got her shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I take it more seriously when they take it more seriously. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it's not like, oh, hey, everybody, we're going to make the piece of shit movie. Let's go do this.
Yeah.
Get the gallons of blood. No, I get that. So in that regard, I like it. It's just, for me, it walks that fine line of from the creators of Scream. Looks kind of Blumhousey. Feels like Thanksgiving. Look, we may all be surprised that may be really good. But this, to me, seems like the type of movie coming out next year where, all right, Terrifier's a little bit too much. So this is like enough, but still palatable for mainstream people. I don't know.
Mike Roush is in the chat. What's up, Mike? Shah, quick question for you though.
Let me answer his question. It's my bird cage. I have to keep it covered so you can sleep.
Oh, they want to know if you built the fort.
Yeah.
Shah, would you go see this in a theater?
I would, honestly.
Whoa.
Just because it's Valentine's Day. I'd probably go for Valentine's Day for this.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
guys, by the way, that's kind of a slam dunk. Like opening the week before Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
If it
no,
does
that
good
makes
opening.
sense. Like I can see myself doing like the Valentine's thing and going to this movie and dinner or whatever. But otherwise, I probably would have just waited. You know.
B-Show, would you see this in a theater?
Yeah, I would. It's an event movie. It's gonna be Valentine's Day. Let's go on a date. Let's go see this.
Yeah,
like
I didn't think of that either.
To me, it reminds me like when I was a kid and we would go on dates and go see horror movies because the girls would get scared and fucking cuddle up, you know.
Right.
So yeah.
Or we would get scared and then they would have to console us.
I know. I'd jump into my wife's arms like fucking Shaggy and Scooby Doo.
Yeah. Oh, you know. Like, oh gosh.
Scoop. I can't.
Is that a ghost? You know?
Like get the bread and the mayonnaise out.
Oh man, I'm so high. Listen, we're gonna head out again. I apologize. I am just recovering from the flu. I am not gonna be on the post show. They got some fun stuff planned for the fellas there for you. But consider going to patreon.com/Spitball Media. $5 a month. We have a kick-ass Q&A coming up at the end of the month that I have a feeling is gonna be like a double shot show. So get your questions in on that, Patreon pals. And it's a great time to kick off the year with all the back catalog. We're doing Don Stoney's show, I believe, next weekend. We're going to bang that out, I think. That's going to be a fun show. We're going to kind of save that. I think you guys are going to be really, really happy about that. And then, of course, you have that full back catalog, like we said, going back to Break the Apocalypse. We have bonus shows. Shah just dropped a New Year's Eve show extravaganza that I'm going to listen to tomorrow morning that I'm excited to listen to. We have solo shows. We have theme shows. We have an occasional watch along. We have, the Q&A, which is sort of the signature of the Patreon. But there was a lot of people chilling tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming back on the regular schedule with us. And if we do have any development on possibly doing a fun thing with a lot of the podcast pals, we'll keep that in play. But right now, we just want to get everybody safe in LA and get those fires out. And, that's the priority right now, keeping everybody safe. This is certainly wouldn't be the time now to do anything like that. But
real quick. I haven't even discussed this with you guys, but I figured I'd just throw it up on Patreon. Since I think was it Don Stoney who mentioned Nick Gage? No, it was Mike. Was it Mike
Roush? I don't know who it was.
Yeah, I think it was. Or maybe it was Don Stoney. I'm not sure. But I just went back on my phone and I actually have, I don't know if you can see, I have a shit ton of interviews back when I was doing wrestling stuff. So I have interviews with like Tony Atlas, Jimmy Hart, and fucking,
Jimmy's the best.
And then I have one with Nick Gage. He did a promo for us. I have Enzo Amore. So I have all this like interviews that I've done with people. So I'll actually put these on Patreon.
Oh Jesus, that's kind of fucking amazing.
No one's ever
Holy
seen these
shit,
either.
dude.
These are all just like random interviews.
Yeah,
I
we're
did
gonna
with
have to
people
make
that
a
I brought
post
in.
about. Shah, we gotta make some posts about that because people are gonna be like,
let's talk about that offline.
yeah, no, I'm saying make a post like let people know like you're gonna have to because that's kind of a big deal.
That's
as
like the
far as
Nick
that
Gage
goes.
one. So I'll upload these on Patreon. That way, you guys. This is like a
Holy
promo
shit.
that was unreleased. You know, we were supposed to do the Bruiser Brody Cup in Georgia, and then it got shut down because of COVID. But this is his promo for that. He was supposed to do. It was supposed to be him and Masada. So
Jesus.
I got a ton on here, man. We'll see.
Wow.
So we'll definitely.
Wow, that's gonna be amazing. Maybe we could put
Yeah.
those out piecemeal on the Patreon.
I got
good
Jimmy
Lord.
Hart.
That's why I said, Rich, now we're going
Jimmy's
to talk about
best.
this offline.
Yeah, because it's like, Shah, you just got like 90 new subs.
We're
Yeah, it's
gonna
like there's
talk
so
about
like that's
that.
such a big deal. Like, you know, but
And honestly, the one with Tony Atlas and not to spoil it, but fuck, I feel like such a dickhead. Oh, JJ Dillon, I forgot his name.
oh, you like JJ?
Dude, I travel with this guy for like
JJ through you. I know JJ through you. I know Jimmy through you.
The interview that I did with JJ Dillon, he actually broke down and started crying. I don't know if you.
JJ's a good guy.
Yeah, he started crying in the middle of the it's like a 10-minute interview, I think.
Yeah,
and he cries. So I'll put. No one's ever seen this. No one's ever seen.
Jesus
this.
Christ! Well, okay. Well, guess
well,
we're gonna have to make a much bigger deal about this shot, like with letting people know because this.
Yeah, I forgot about it. It's just been sitting.
Meanwhile, Shah's like, yeah, it's just on my phone. Good Lord, your life is so much more interesting. Anyway, B-Show, right? I'm like, I don't like, you know, I mean, like, I don't have anything to say about any like. This is huge. This is gonna be huge shit on the Patreon. Oh my God.
Penny Cook, he's got a question. Did you guys do a bonus show? Maybe we could do an added tier. We'll get some foot fetish guys to sign up for like $100 a month.
For
Shah
Tony?
and Tony Atlas can do like their own special Patreon feet show.
That would be fun. You know.
I'm pretty sure I get into foot fetish with Tony Atlas on that interview.
We can call it. We can call it My Big Toe with Tony Atlas. I like it. My Big Toe with Tony Atlas.
Planamando, what is the best looking toes you ever
For me,
saw?
I don't even care if you got the bunions. Like a lot of people, when they see the bunions, they're like, "Oh Lord, I'm not interested in the bunions."
Oh,
But
the Bruiser Brody. The Bruiser Brody had the corns and the bunions too.
When I'll just get my cell phone and I'll take a picture of the bunions and I'll please myself. I'll please myself on my cell phone.
That's why I was mad at that goddamn invader. He killed the Brody. Brody had the best goddamn looking feet of any guy in the business.
If you had Brody's feet, you would have gone far in this business. If you had Brody's feet.
I wanted him to boot me right in the fucking face.
They killed him for the bunions. That's what
it's actually 16 minutes long, this interview. So
JJ's so nice.
Put it up.
Shah, you know, Shah, when I mean, this is, we can't go off on this right now, but like Shah was working a show and I met him in my town. He's happened to be in my town, him and Mish. And it was like JJ, Jimmy, the fucking I'm forgetting people, but it was Jimmy Hart.
It was
JJ,
Jimmy Hart. Well,
JJ.
originally it was Masada, Sabu, Bill Apter.
Yeah, they weren't there.
AJ Dillon, Jimmy Hart.
Well, COVID just got announced like that.
Who were the guys that were in NXT that I had for that week?
They were like the road. They were the Ascension. The Ascension. Great guys. They were good dudes.
That's a shame. I brought these guys in and paid them fucking $1,000 and don't even remember the fucking name.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Shah had me walk to the bathroom.
Don't forget,
I had to walk the Ascension to the bathroom at the Colony Mall.
Don't forget, Jacob Fatu was there too for the show.
Right, Jacob. He sat like the whole time. I think Jacob.
It's funny because I got kind of close with Jacob Fatu before I exited out of wrestling because I would see him at GCW shows and shows all the time, and he just like rap music, so we would just.
But I remember Shah introduced me to Jimmy, and I was like a little starstruck, you know. And COVID had just started, and Jimmy. I went to shake Jimmy's hand and Jimmy goes, give me the pound. And I gave him the pound back and he goes, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just that COVID, you know? And I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. I'm so sorry.
That's the best Jimmy Hart.
And
man, I'm sorry.
Like, you got to be careful. You got to be careful with that COVID.
He was freaking out all week.
He was so worried. And he's not a young guy.
He's fucking 80 years old.
And then JJ's sitting there and it's like the COVID like thread is like it's happening now. Like it's about to happen.
Yeah, that was the weekend that COVID came out that we had that show.
Yeah. And these poor guys are in the middle of upstate New York. Like, you know, it's a good turnout, but like it's COVID is happening. And like within a week, everything would be shut down. And like none of us knew it. we had Shah had set up this amazing thing for the soup, but to do a thing at fucking GCW at WrestleMania, like all these things were like, it was big time shit was going on. And then COVID was like this black cloud. Like, you know what I mean? That was just hanging over everybody. Like, you could even see it. Like, the guys doing the appearance were a little uncomfortable, like talking to people and touching people, and like even like the Ascension guys, they were like massive men.
No, they were funny though. They were cool.
Good.
Jimmy Hart was freaking out.
Jimmy was so
because we had him. Keep in mind, we started in Philadelphia. We went to New York City, then we went to Boston, then we went to Upstate. So we did like 4 different shows.
Yeah,
so
by the time they got to my town was the Sunday, and like, because we're not a big market up here, but there was a really good turnout. Like, it was like, whoa, shit, there's a lot of people here. And like, it was like, ba, 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 and I'm handling money, and then Shah introduces me to the boss guy, and I've got a stack of bills, and I'm just like, Shah, I got a lot of money on me. Like, what should I do? What should I do? He goes, all right, give it to him. And I'm like, who's him? And then this one wants a picture, and then this one wants that, and like,
I feel like a rapper that weekend,
and I'm just like,
$10,000.
Oh, wads of cash. Like, I mean, like wads of cash. Like, I had so much money in my pocket, like big bills, Bisha. I'm talking about like thousands and thousands of dollars. And I don't know whose money this is. I don't know. Like, I'm taking pictures for people with Ascension. I'm taking pictures for Jimmy. I'm seeing what JJ wants. We're going to the store. Me and Mish are going to the store for this guy. Jacob Fatu, I don't think God even stood up the whole time he was there. But COVID just fucking happened. And
what are you talking about? I heard he stands up appearances all the time.
Jacob? No, he wouldn't stand up. He just was sitting. He sat.
That was a very dry attempt because he stood up at charity. My bad.
But I'll never forget poor Jimmy. Dude, Jimmy had bottles shot. Do you remember you had to go buy the bottles of the hand sanitizer?
Yeah, he was freaking out all weekend, bro.
Jimmy was like, I gotta worry about that COVID.
We went to 7-Eleven with the Ascension and Jimmy Hart. And who else was there? I'm forgetting more people.
We're forgetting other people. By the time I got to
wrestlers with us, I forget.
Yeah, it was like 6 by the time you got upstate. Like, none of those guys were there.
Yeah, Sabu didn't come back.
Sabu didn't come back.
Bill Apter didn't come. Masada didn't come. We had John Elligan too. He didn't come back to upstate.
Yeah, a lot of these guys didn't go to.
Oh, we had Steve Carino. How could I forget him? Steve
Carino was not there. I would have definitely.
Yeah, no, not in upstate, but he started out in Philadelphia and New York at the.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, like, I was just going in to see Shah and Mish. Like, I didn't know. Like, this was literally 10 B-show. This was 10 minutes from my door. I'm driving in my shitty car. I pull up to the parking lot. I text Mish. Mish has got a big bag of drinks and hand sanitizer in the Colony Center Mall in upstate New York. Shah is burning around like a lunatic in the middle of this mall. And then next thing you know, I was like, yeah, I'll help. I don't give a fuck. And they were like, take Ascension to the bathroom. And I'm like, one of those Ascension guys is like 3 times my size, easily 3 times my size. And I'm like, I know where the bathroom is. I live here, so I'll take you. And the guy was like, oh, you live here? I go, yeah, I live like 10 minutes away. Oh, so what it's like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm walking with them. And the only reason why people are staring at them is because they're so big that they have to be somebody. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do if somebody comes over and bothers these guys? Like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Take out the teeth.
Can't do nothing. I had the teeth. I had the old teeth.
You had teeth. Yeah.
This is the crazy teeth. I had the crazy teeth. So it was just like, so the best thing I could do was just basically like whatever these. I just went to Shah and I went to Mish. I go, tell me what you need me to do. I'm here for the day. I don't care. I'll help. I don't care. Next thing I know, I got hooker money in my pants, and I'm going, Shah, I'm not comfortable. This is not. I don't like. He goes, no, it's so and so's money. I was like, dude, I got like thousands of dollars in me here. Dude, don't worry about it. It's fine. I was like, okay. Now the other pocket's getting full. And then finally, I think I went to Shah at one point. I go, dude, I this is too much money. I don't want to.
No, I trusted you out of everyone.
Oh, yeah, of course. That was the thing.
And the other dude that I split it with. So it was just going to be a 50-50 split.
But I was scared because I was like, this is a lot of dough. And then poor Jimmy is like every time, because people see Jimmy and they're coming over to him with children and they're coming over to him with like little kids and they really want it. Jimmy's got the bullhorn. Like, hey, everybody, how's it going? And it's like, and then as soon as they turn their back, Jimmy's like, and he's like, and I never seen this much hand sanitizer. And then Jimmy goes to me, and then he hands me hand sanitizer. And he's like, you're going to want to use this? And I go, yeah, okay. And then now Jimmy's giving me the hand sanitizer. And then I got JJ's just sitting there, and he seems like he's getting kind of tired. And one of the Ascension guys is just having just engaged in these conversations.
Which this is crazy because I think shortly after that, JJ announced he had like Alzheimer's or something, didn't he?
JJ was at House of Glory. That wasn't that year.
Because I could have sworn it was just a year or two after that, and he passed shortly after.
It might have
He
been.
was having
It
some
might have
issues.
been. Yeah, but JJ was great.
Wait, has he passed away?
No,
JJ?
no, he's
I
not.
thought he did. Let me check.
JJ's not dead.
Yeah,
I
don't
hope
put that
not.
on the man, bro. I don't think he's dead. What the fuck?
Show.
Oh no, he is alive. I'm sorry, but I think
I was gonna say, man, what the fuck?
I apologize. I think he's having dementia or memory related
Yeah,
issues.
I know. I saw him at the House of Glory thing. But that was a fun day, Shah. I got a lot of great pictures from that day. I remember we were taking like all these fun pictures, and it was just like, but literally like as that was happening, people were watching the news on their phone about how this is shut down, this is shut down, this is shut down, this is shut down, and all these guys. I'm the only one who lives in this town, and these
we
guys
were kind of
gotta go
freaking out
home.
too, because the guy, my partner at the time, and we had like thousands of dollars invested in this shit. So we were like,
But it worked out.
because we rented the wrestlers essentially for the whole weekend. So the way that we were gonna, make a good return was hitting Philadelphia, New York City. We actually hit New Jersey too. I forgot. We hit Jack, the ICW guy. I'm forgetting everybody's name. ICW Jack, the guy that you went to shows.
Oh, I can't remember.
He's from
Was he there
Queens.
Sunday? I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Sabbath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to his store. So like we were nervous because we were like, yo, like if half of these shows get shut down by Sunday, we're not gonna make our money back. You know what I mean? So luckily it turned out good.
I mean, like, but it was like that tarnished the day so badly. And I remember even I got home and then I was thinking like, man, maybe Jimmy Hart's onto something. Like, I don't know, like maybe I should be washing my fucking hands. But we're gonna get to our plugs here. But yeah, Shah, that's gonna be kind of amazing, honestly. So we're gonna plug our pal, the one and only Hey Now Rich Dow. He's got a podcast. The Deathmatch Outlaws, and then we have the Drew Yari Experience, Cassette Classics 86 on YouTube, the Down Under Thundercast, and of course Don Tony and Kevin Castle, and Wrestling Soup, Necromaniacs podcast. This is it tonight. They are dropping their top 666, including they brought in a guy from another horror podcast. All four of them dropped their top sixes. That is available right now on the Necromaniacs podcast. You don't want to miss it. It is available today. The Human Experience podcast, Ringside is Wrestling on YouTube, Mojo and Dirk's Most Dastardly Show, The Garden of Doom, The Old Guy Metalcast, MJW Games, Cherry Jesus on YouTube, Red River Podcast, our good friend Sam Hoyos and his band Playing Dead, Bio Geeks, that's Fat Day 316. He's got a big show coming up Saturday. The High Marks Podcast, Midnight Mass Creature Cast, Weekly Detour with Anthony Allison and Teddy, and the Guns and Geeks Podcast. And Shah, we want everybody hitting that like for the Planet Mondo, correct?
Yes, sir. Subscribe on YouTube. I shall return sometime in the spring. To answer a couple questions before we bounce, Jamie asked if I know the ICW guy, Danny DeMonto. I know Danny very, very well. I've worked with him for years and years. Know Danny like the back of my hand. And somebody else asked if I know Joe Numbers. And Joe's been to my house probably like 10 different times. He stayed over here on weekends. Know Joe very well. Attended shows with him. So, yeah.
Yeah, GCW shows with Joe Numbers. Yeah. And I was at House of Glory with Joe Numbers. B Show Brian, we want everybody hitting the B Show Brian subscribe channel as well as Planet Mondo.
Please. I was intending to have some stuff going up this week. Unfortunately, the issue with the house leaks put that on hold. So I'll probably give it another couple of weeks. I'm going to put some stuff up. So go ahead, subscribe, stay tuned, and check out some of the back content from the past that is there. I appreciate it.
Hit that subscribe, Planet Mondo. Hit that subscribe for B Show Brian. Hit that subscribe for Spitball Media. I apologize. I'm getting very sick, and it's getting to the point where I'm going to lose my voice, and I'm going to start hacking my brains out. So I'm going to leave you now. These guys got a killer post-show plan for you. Please subscribe to the Patreon. Thank you, everybody, for chilling tonight. Great way to kick off the year. And we'll develop more about Shah's big announcement tonight. And, of course, if we end up putting something together with some of our podcast pals for a little marathon fundraiser. God bless everybody in Los Angeles, and be safe. And we'll see you next week on Spitball Media.